Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Natural Healing Ninjas with Christine and Laura Lee. Yay! Got to get in front of the camera again. Today we're at the dog park again, and it's April 17th, 2025. So how do you like that for a timestamp? And we were here before talking about this restroom on the dog park grounds, and it was really concerning us because we didn't need it. Number one, because we have, a nice little porta potty here that hardly anybody uses anyway. And we happened to go to the PROS meeting, which is the Parks and Recreation and Open Space meeting, and we found out that this plan for this restroom, which is not in our plans, and all of a sudden it's in the general plan. It was in the general plan in 1996, and the master plan says our population would be up to 10,000 at that time. It's still at only 6,000, and that shows that there's more adults than there are children. We already have a playground over at the park, and now they want to put a playground here that we don't know who would use because we're way in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. And we're very concerned about this restroom. Number one, they built it for $300,000, over $300,000. For what? We want to know for what, because there's only the dog park here. And they have all these plans on building of all these other things around here, like a playground and soccer fields and this and that, and a Frisbee toss, whatever that is. We don't know what that is. But they said that it's supposed to be part of the general plan to have a restroom here, and we don't need it right now. Our population hasn't grown, so we're just trying to figure out what they were doing. So we went to the meeting and found out they spent a lot of money on it. It has to have electricity instead of like a state park restroom where you have skylights to have the sun come in. They want to lock it at night, so they need electricity, so it's going to have automatic locks with electricity. They're going to have lights that aren't approved by the dark skies, because all the dark skies lights are supposed to be downward facing, and they're all facing outwards. They haven't opened the restroom yet.
Wait, what is dark skies?
Dark skies is, we as a community, we're want to get a dark sky certificate or designation as a dark sky community where you can see the stars at night. We have to keep all the lighting low so it doesn't shoot up into the sky, so that we can see the stars. So that's a dark sky community. So we are in process of getting that certification. So there's a lot of things that are interesting about it. We did find out that there's an outside drinking fountain, two of them, one high, one low, and one to fill your bottle. And not that this has anything to do with homeless people. I really have compassion for them, but they're living in the creek right beyond here, and they have been very demanding to get this restroom open. Not anybody else, but they have, because they want the restroom. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of an obscure part of the community, and we're trying to figure out why it's happened that way. They couldn't give us any answers, only that it was in the master plan, and this committee hasn't been elected. They're just, I guess, appointed. I have no idea where they get their appointments from. And it's a very interesting situation. So now we have a restroom here in the middle of nowhere for people for the dog park people and people who are hiking around here, which is a loop that goes around in the back where the trees are and everything. And that's a preserve. So it's just for this area here, and it's like too much for too little.
Isn't it became a preserve because So no building was on it?
Exactly. We saved this property, the East and West Ranch. The West Ranch is on the other side of the highway, about 25 years ago, and we saved it to keep it from development. Now they're developing it, and so now what's been claimed is that, well, it's part of the master plan, and the master plan was in 1996. We saved the development from being developed in 2000.
Can I put my 2 cents in?
Put your 2 cents in.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in here real quick. This is a community that's a small community and loves life and wants life to love it back. But there's beings that are sort of supporting a different kind of desires than the community wants. So that's a problem because the community really does call the shots, not the people that are appointed or selected or elected. We are the bosses. So what this community wants is not that, and they got it anyway. So what's the repercussions of that? What you want to do is make sure your general plan in your community is written by your community, not by anything else but your community. That's what you can do about it if you want to make sure that your community doesn't get bullied and rolled over and fibbed and just a lot of shenanigans going on. That can stop if you know what your general plan in your community is. You just go to either online or go to your city hall or your county seat and ask them, I want a copy of the general plan, and then go through it and see if you agree with it, because you might be surprised how much area you can't go because they're cutting off public access all over the place with these general plans. So this is an example of the community not getting what they want. Somebody else did. Who? The builders of the building? Why did they do it this way when they could have did it a whole different way, which is the way the community wanted it to be? So anyway, love life and life will love you back. Christine, you have anything else to say? Natural Healing Ninjas at protonmail.com is how you can get a hold of us. And
share and subscribe.
Oh, yes, and that's important. And I'm going to grab the camera if you want a camera.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll come back another time with more fun things to talk about and more interviews. We're going to find more interviews for Natural Healing Ninjas.
There's a lot of ninjas out there.
Yeah, we're going to bring them to you, and you pay attention because you'll learn a lot from us. Thanks, guys.